Cool. Welcome, everybody. This is our last class we have scheduled for 2020. As Rita mentioned, I am Kevin Onizuk. I am a local mortgage guy here in Williamsburg and partner with WAR. We have a great class planned for today. I love doing these classes. I think it's a great opportunity. I love sharing some of this knowledge to help you grow and build your business. But to be honest, it helps me. It reminds me, oh yeah, these are the things I need to be doing every day, the things that I am doing, but then every time I dig in, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot that, need to do this consistently. So we're all learning all the time. So I appreciate you taking the time to be here today. We don't have a huge crowd today. I didn't expect one. You know, we're all getting a lot of Zoom meeting opportunities and, almost a little bit of Zoom overkill these days. And we all have a lot going on to wrap up the end of the year. But as I mentioned to Rita earlier, I had several people email me just saying, hey, can't wait to see the class, just can't be there Wednesday morning. We'll watch the recording. And why another class on social media? For those who regularly join us on our Wednesdays at WAR, we've kind of had a series. We started with database, the importance of working and managing your database and it being the best opportunity to grow your business, the easiest and most affordable. Then we went through steps to work your database, including social media, Facebook, video marketing. This is one of the next steps in that class, bringing it all together on true database marketing, going deep into your past client database, people you know, and your sphere. You might be saying this morning, Kevin, goodness, after all these things you've given me, I can't even keep up with Facebook. Now I got to do Instagram too. Why in the world would I want to do Instagram? Well, Instagram is different than Facebook. We'll look at some of the demographics that are different, but it's a younger crowd than Facebook. It's a different crowd than Facebook. And a lot of us are on both, but think about it. Those of us who are on both, where do you spend more time? And as we'll see when we kind of look at demographics and who uses Facebook and how much, Instagram and how much, you're going to see a lot of folks that are in your target market for buyers and listers are going to be on Instagram, probably more so than other social media options. So let's look at a little bit of the history of Instagram. Let's look back, tell a quick story. Who knew that years ago, photo filters and hashtags would be such a giant hit? Mark Zuckerberg did. That's why he bought Instagram back in 2012, just 2 years after its creation. Instagram now has more than 400 million active users and over 1 billion likes happening every single day. Instagram has established itself as a new age way to connect and engage with family, friends, but also your past clients, potential referral sources, people in your community, and you can interact and engage in a genuine way. So when you break it down for all of us, being a real estate agent or me, being a mortgage guy, it's about building relationships and engaging with our community. So what would your business look like if you were able to harness your natural ability to cultivate those relationships and then integrate it into your social media presence? So for today, as we go through our class, we're going to be about an hour or so. Usually I target an hour, but we get to talking and it goes an hour and a half. That's why we book it for an hour and a half time frame. So as usual, if you've attended my past classes, I usually start with the sales pitch, like why it's important to do what we're talking about today. In this case, we're going to talk about why it's important to be on Instagram and to be proactive, be on the offense, use Instagram as a tool to build your business. Then we'll get into how to do it. So I like to say, here's why, here's your opportunity, here's how to take advantage of that opportunity. And then as always, my team and I are always here to help you. So if you like what you see on here, but not exactly sure what to do or how to do it, reach out. We can help you grow. We can help you build your business and do the things that we talk about here today. Usually we invite you to the office. We could probably do that, but if we're staying COVID quarantine, then maybe we'll do a little bit of Zoom meeting and that type of thing. All right, so first off, why use Instagram? Here's our top 10 reasons. First off, you don't have to compete with Zillow. You don't really have to compete with anybody. You're just getting in front of people. You can rank quicker with a hashtag than with traditional methods of online search engine optimization. With online SEO or pay per clicks, you're paying or you're working very diligently to show up in internet searches. But guess what? More people are going to be looking at Instagram than doing internet searches that are going to pull your pay per clicks. And hashtags, we'll spend some time on that today. And you can spend hours learning just about hashtags and what hashtags to use. And guess what? Those hours would be very worth it because it's going to get you seen. Next, your recent post can get to the top of a user search results very easily. Instagram has 10 times more engagement than Facebook. Folks scroll through Instagram. They may see your post for less time as they scroll through lots and lots of stuff. But guess what? If you get something in there to capture their intention, you're going to get the engagement. On average, this is an important one, Instagram users are a more affluent demographic. I was actually surprised about this when doing my research. I would have thought Facebook has a more mature demographic, has more, folks with more affluence, folks that, would probably have better qualifications to purchase. But yes, Instagram, you're going to get a better demographic for a good potential home buyer. We all think that, that our kids say they're on Instagram and their parents and grandparents are on Facebook. But Instagram seems to have the demographic that we want. Although kids now are more on TikTok. My kids are sending me TikTok videos every day. They send stuff. They sit and look at TikTok for a ridiculous amount of time. I just don't understand it, but who knows? So if you want to advertise on TikTok, that's awesome. Just keep going because in 5 years, they'll probably be over 18 and qualify to purchase. Next, you can message anyone on Instagram directly, including prospects. You can send instant messages just like you can on Facebook or just like sending someone a text. You can edit your photography right on the app and post stunning photos in seconds. For those of you who use Instagram, you know that you can go into Instagram and do cool things with your pictures, add filters, set them up in cool ways. So you can do all of that right in the app to make your stuff look great and make you look awesome. Instagram stories. This is the best way to showcase your brand. It's basically like the press release of the 21st century. For those of you who go onto Instagram, you'll see your stories are the ones that kind of come up across the top. And I don't know how about anybody else, but that's usually what I look at first when I go onto Instagram before scrolling through everything else. I am an admitted Instagram junkie. I love Instagram. Whenever I have just some downtime to kill and need to erase my mind and not think, I go onto Instagram and just start scrolling. It's mind candy. Maybe not good, but it's certainly a way to pass a lot of time and a lot more time than you expect once you start scrolling. Next, an image is worth 1,000 words. And Instagram is primarily images and videos. And when we post the right images, the right videos, we're going to get that attention and engagement that we want. And as it's the last one, as we just mentioned, a video is worth even more. So let's check out these numbers about Instagram. Instagram has 5 million users every month and about 300 million users every single day, 4.5 billion likes per day, 216,000 photos posted every minute. So looking at our timer, we've been on this call for about 15 minutes. So actually I've been for 15, we've all been here about 12. So in 12 minutes, there's been 12 times 216,000. although I'm in mortgages, I can't do that kind of math in my head, but just since we've been on this call, that's a whole lot of photos that have been posted. Just think about the scope of that. 30% of the total US population uses Instagram. So if you are maximizing your Facebook and Instagram, between the two of those, you are covering a huge market, and it's something you can do very low cost. Just take some time on your part. And there's even some services and folks that can help you out if you want to be more consistent and even more effective. And we'll talk about a couple of those. And here's a great fact. More than half of all millennials are on Instagram every day. And guess what? Those are some amazing folks that we want to target for potential home buyers. You've got a ton of first-time home buyers and new home buyers on Instagram every single day. So next, we're going to talk about some of the types of leads that you can expect on Instagram. So when we're effectively using Instagram, we're not just looking for buyers, but we're going to find local homeowners looking to sell. That's listings, local buyers looking for homes in your area. So you're looking for folks locally who are looking to buy or sell. But guess what? You can also catch out-of-town realtors looking for referral agents in your area. And some folks often ask, hey, should I friend, follow, etc., other realtors? Absolutely follow other realtors. You can see what they're doing, especially if it's realtors not in your area. I love the CASE theory, C-A-S-E, copy and steal everything. Now, you don't want to steal something that, somebody down the street is doing, but if there's somebody in Texas that is crushing it, guess what? Get some ideas from them. Make it your own, personalize it, make it Ted, make it Roger, make it Rita, make it whoever, but just, it's an awesome opportunity to learn what other successful people do, but you can connect with folks. And when that agent in Texas has somebody moving to Virginia, guess what? You're going to be the one that they know. You're going to be the one that they call. Same thing with out-of-town buyers looking for homes in your area. When they go on to Instagram and put in Williamsburg, guess what? Your listings may show up. Next, past clients who keep up with you online. This is a big one for me. I'm all about my database. I'm all about my past clients. I make sure that I am connected with all of my past clients on social media, and I market to them like crazy, making sure that my face and my posts pop up in their feed constantly. I do it organically and I pay. It's not hard to do Facebook advertising, and it's not hard to do Instagram advertising. And the beauty with them both being connected is you can do it on the same spot, on the same advertising order. We went through all of that in our last class on Facebook ads. Next, new clients who discover your Instagram profile. When I meet new people, or I'm about to meet new people, this is all about connections. It's all about, learning about people. And even when we're hiring, I got 3 resumes in this week. And guess what? First thing I did was go to social media and check them out. So people will check you out. If they're thinking about using you as their realtor to buy or sell, they're going to go check you out on social media, Facebook and Instagram. So what you post is critical and can be make or break on whether or not they choose to use you. So even if you're not advertising, what you're putting on Facebook and social media can make a big difference in your business, because people are checking. People always check. Even if you don't, most other people are. And then next, referral clients who are tagged by Instagram by a mutual connection. We all saw those posts on Facebook or Instagram where someone goes on to the Williamsburg Trash or Treasure or something of that nature and say, hey, I'm moving to the area, I need a realtor. And then there's like 700 posts of folks saying, oh, use my realtor so-and-so. But having that access and creating your tags can help you get connected with that person faster and allow them to check you out faster. All right, so now we're going to talk about some of the benefits of Instagram. Branding. This one's important. It's important to me. It should be important to all of us. There's no better way to humanize your business than Instagram, because a picture's worth 1,000 words, and a good social media presence, Facebook or Instagram, allows you to tell your story. You can do an impactful visual story about who you are, what you do for a living, but also what you value. Put pictures of your family and you doing things with family that shows your family values. Put pictures of you doing things with clients, doing things in the community. It brands who you are and tells your whole story, not just, hey, I'm great at selling houses, because people want to work with someone they know, like, and trust. And if they haven't met you and they don't know you, telling this story online on social media can help develop that rapport. Next, prospecting. Think of Instagram as the new door knocking, cold calling, and mailing. For those of us who have been in the business a long time, and I've been in the business a pretty darn long time, realtors and mortgage people, we would start out when we were new in the business by going to a neighborhood and knocking on doors. We would pop open a phone book before the do not call list and just start calling people and try to get anyone interested in what we were trying to sell. But Instagram is the new door knocking, cold calling, and mailing. Mailing's important. Cold calling, not so much, but being on the phone is important. And our database class talks all about who to call and why. But prospecting on Instagram is the new way to reach out and touch people. The prospect on Instagram, there's a few things, and we'll talk about all of these as we go. We're going to look at geolocation, hashtagging, your username, your user list, and we'll show all about how to do this later. But a little bit more on prospecting. To prospect on Instagram, all you have to do really is to search by location. So this isn't as much about posting, but it's you going out and searching Instagram for that prospect that you want. It's kind of like your cold calling. So when you do, a list of residents will appear. So if you go and search Williamsburg, Virginia, or Newport News, Virginia, or even Fort Eustis, Virginia, a list of local residents will appear. These accounts are public, the ones that do show up. So you're welcome to like, comment, post, tag people on their posts. It's interaction. You should make a goal to comment on at least 3 posts per day, even more if you have time. And if you don't have time, that's awesome. You're a super busy agent. Get your assistant to do it. Little secret, my social media, I do very little on it other than scroll through Instagram when I'm interested. But you know who's on my Instagram and Facebook way more than me is my assistant. She has my logins, she has my passwords, she scrolls in, she does stuff, she comments, she posts, she does everything all over my social media every single day. The more posts you do, the more interactions you do, the better. Just be sure it's genuine. Excuse me. Genuine comments, because anything else will seem inauthentic and spammy. So basically, if you just say the same thing like, that's awesome, and copy and paste it to everything, people are going to see that that's lame. You don't want to be doing that. But think about it. Facebook, Instagram, social media, it's very narcissistic. So it's cool to scroll through and look at stuff, but it's even more exciting when we post something and it gets a lot of attention. So think about the last few things maybe that you posted. If you posted something you were super excited about and it got like 3 likes and no comments, guess what? You're disappointed. If you posted something and it got like, 200 likes and 60 comments, that's really cool. That's really exciting. Folks will, get super engaged with that, but it gives them that little dopamine hit and they know that you did it. So I posted something and Rita commented on it, and I noticed that, number one, I'm going to go back and reply just to kind of reward Rita for posting on it. But we get a little bit of excitement, like, oh yeah, Rita's awesome. She commented on my thing. It gives them a warm and fuzzy about you. I posted something yesterday. My family has a cool letter from Joe Biden before he was, Senator Joe Biden, when he was just an attorney, where kind of long story short, he sold my dad something that he didn't own, and then he had to take it back. And it was just kind of a cool, neat letter. I didn't want anything political. Don't ever put anything political or controversial on your page. So this is what, I waited till after the election. So I posted that on there, and it got not only a lot of traction, but I had a reporter call me last night, just was like, oh my gosh, that's a cool story. I was like, dude, no, it's not a story. It's, but anyway, that was exciting to me. It's folks like when you comment, folks like when you interact on their pages. So it's not just about what you're putting on your wall. Number 3, social proof. Instagram marketing is a way to show your farm that you're the local expert. Your farm is who you're farming for potential new clients. You can get discovered on Instagram and visually show the fact that you know the area better than anyone else. You are the local expert on real estate. You are the local expert on food and real estate. You're the local expert on whatever you're passionate about. As we talked about on the Facebook ads class last time, maybe you're the local expert on, hey, here's what's happening this weekend. By the way, if you're looking to buy or sell real estate, look me up. I do that too. One of the most cool things I just recently saw, a realtor on the South Side has a site dedicated to where to see all the best Christmas lights. So all the houses, individual houses in all of Hampton Roads of where to find the best Christmas lights. And I saw it because it was on a news article. I think it was the WI Daily ran an article about this guy's site and where to go to find all of the best Christmas decorated houses. And I went to the site and it was a real estate agent. I was like, good for that guy. I am impressed. You can get discovered on Instagram and you can visually show, this area, our area, the area they may want to buy in better than anyone else. Next, as part of farming, make the locals the heroes in your Instagram stories, not just your listings. It's okay to post about listings. It's okay to show the homes, but in general, people aren't going to social media to talk about business. They go there to check out cool stuff and see pictures. Think about it. Like when you love a restaurant, when you go to a restaurant, how many of you love a restaurant that show pictures of food? Your high-end restaurants, probably not going to do that, but I bet you in the back of your mind, you wish you did. I love menus where it shows pictures of the food. And if it's not on there, sometimes I just wait for the food to walk by. I'd see what other stuff we're getting and be like, oh, that looks good. What are they having? That looks good. I think I'll get that. People like to see the visuals. We all do. So when you're farming on Instagram, make sure you're putting things on there that are interesting and you're featuring and tagging local businesses, hangouts, events, activities, a lot more than just, hey, I'm a realtor, here's my listing. When you're tagging and featuring local businesses, especially if you hashtag them, that's going to get attention from folks that follow them and you'll show up in those feeds. When you hashtag an event that's coming up, you'll follow and show up when someone looks at that event or that activity. A great example is when Tiger King was big, I followed hashtag Tiger King, and now there's Tiger King stuff showing up in my feed constantly. I'm completely over it, but honestly haven't figured out how to unhashtag it. So some of those technical things, I've got to get my kid to come help me out, and I just haven't done that yet. But all of this with this farming will make you the go-to agent in town. Next, we hit on this briefly, referrals. Instagram is a great place for real estate agents and mortgage people like me to get referrals. Why? I didn't mean to do that. Because past clients are following you. Make sure that you're requesting past clients as your Facebook friends and to follow you on Instagram. You follow them and you assume that they're going to follow you back. Follow your past clients to stay in their lives. Realtors, mortgage people, salespeople in general, we're always not great A lot of folks in the business, in the sales business, aren't great at staying in the lives of their past clients. We should be making phone calls to follow up. We should be sending mailers. We should be staying active with them in social media so they stay top of mind. If they remember you, they'll refer you. If they can't remember you, guess what? They're not going to refer you. We all know when we're walking through Target and we hear somebody say something about, listing my house, or we hear someone mention title insurance, guess what? Our ears perk up. Hey, what are they talking about? They're talking about real estate. When someone thinks real estate, you want them to think, hey, Ted LaRose, or hey, Rita, or hey, you want them to pop up top of mind, and you want them to remember you enough to bring up your name and refer you out. So staying top of mind on social media is as important, maybe even more important than some of the other options, the phone calls, the mailers, etc. And on everything you post, keep it friendly, keep it professional, keep it memorable, nothing controversial. So when your past clients have friends with real estate needs, you'll be the first one that they recall. And when they have friends or family with real estate needs, you're going to be the one they tell them about. Next, event marketing. Since Instagram is visual, it's a great avenue for event marketing. So whenever you're having any sort of event, host an event. I know that's not so much of a big deal right now with COVID. We're not doing as many in-person things, but you can have Zoom meetings. You can have online happy hours. The Realtor Association had a super fun one. I think that was last week with the holiday trivia. I thought that was a great idea and a super fun way to celebrate the holidays when we couldn't be in person. You can promote things like that on Instagram. So when you have networking events, when you have open houses, your new listing announcements, posting testimonials and videos are huge, and you can get help. We're going to talk about some ways to help manage your Instagram, but hire a photographer and a videographer to capture your best moments. When we look at some of the people who are crushing Instagram, you can get started with your cell phone, but the really amazing ones, guess what? They have people taking pictures. They have videographers taking really awesome professional pictures and putting them together, editing and making them look fabulous. And then, of course, add a caption and a call to action that invites everyone out. Hey, everybody, here's what we're having such and such an open house, free pizza, come on out and take a visit. Or, hey, having this open house via Zoom, want to give everybody some free pizza, so send me your information if you want to join the virtual open house, and I'll have a pizza delivered to your house. Okay, so next, let's talk about our Instagram account. So we'll assume that everyone has an Instagram account. If not, it's pretty easy to set up. But when you are optimizing it for business purposes, and remember, we are here not about just having the coolest Instagram page. This is about optimizing Instagram for business purposes. So we want to convert our Instagram account to a business account. So we want to go, number one, to your profile, tap the little settings thing, and tap switch to a business profile. On the connect your Facebook page screen, you'll see all your Facebook pages you're currently an admin on. Select the page you'd like to associate with your business profile on Instagram. So with mine, it's associated with Kevin Onizuk, your mortgage guy. I have like 4 or 5 different Facebook business pages, but that's the one that I connect with my Instagram. And then on the set up your business profile page, review your business's contact information, make any changes, and tap done. That's important. So when you are optimizing your Instagram, if people pay attention, when they go to your contact information, if it's not there, they're not going to know how to reach out to you. They're not going to know how to contact you. And double check it. As I mentioned, when I do these classes, it's a lot of times a reminder of the things that you're supposed to be doing. And when I went in, I checked, I was like, oh, I forgot to update an email address on my business profile page. So I did that just yesterday. So when you go into your settings, you'll see a list like this. Now mine here says switch to a personal account because it's already a business account. So when you go into your Instagram settings, it'll, in yours, if it's not already a business account, it'll say switch to a business account. Then it'll give you options to edit your profile. So that's in that section there. So you can add your phone number. You can add an email address. You can add your business's physical address. One thing that's not showing on here right now is hashtags. So you can add a bunch of hashtags in here to identify you. It just wasn't showing up at the moment, but I'm going to show you a page of my, I guess, marketing mentor and coach, Scott, and I'll show you all of the stuff that he has on his to bring people to his Instagram profile, his business account. Add keywords to your name. So you can do things to help identify who you are and what you do in your name. So you can be something, instead of just being Rita Miller in your Instagram name, you can be Rita Miller, Williamsburg Real Estate, or Rita Miller Relo Pro, something that identifies who you are, what your niche is, what you're best known for, just something to make you stand out, that when people scroll through, they know exactly who you are and what it is that you do. So adding 1 or 2 keywords after your name on Instagram can make your profile more searchable. And when it does show up, people will remember or know and learn exactly who you are and what you do. Next, you want to build your bio. Write a brief bio that says how you help people and how to contact you. And keep it brief, because when you pull up the profile, not a ton of information is going to come up. So an easy example you could use is Kevin Onizuk, mortgage guy, or Rita Miller, realtor. I help home buyers find their dream home and homeowners sell for more. Thinking of buying and selling? Call or text me anytime. Feel free to steal that one. That's a great one. Easy peasy, says everything you need them to know right away. I mentioned a moment ago, the guy that coaches and mentors me, Scott. If you've attended one of these classes before, I probably sent you one of his books. Usually I do that as a follow-up, and it's a collection of folks that he mentors along with myself, and just some tips for business development and such. But I have a call with Scott almost every single morning, Monday through Thursdays, before we get started on the day. And here's his page. He has lots of hashtags. So when someone is looking for anything regarding anything on these hashtags, he's going to come up. But it also, putting those hashtags in, gives you some ideas of who he is and what it's about. Scott has a lot more followers than I have. He's kind of a nationwide marketing guy, guru, coach, and helps build folks' business in the mortgage side. You all certainly have that in real estate as well. And just one cool thing to note on here, if you look at Sunday versus the today on here, when I created this, his followers went down a little, but his following went down a ton. And that was purposeful. So we're not going to get into a lot of that today, but he went through and unfollowed folks that were not following him back. So when you follow somebody, you want them to follow you back. If you do not have a private profile on Instagram, if you have a public profile, you'll probably notice that you get all kinds of random people following you. Well, they're doing that because they want you to follow them back. They want you to do the follow back. It's kind of the courtesy or what have you. I don't do most of that. If I don't know who they are, I don't follow them back. But it's a way to build your followers, and it's a way to build your Instagram presence. And the more followers you have, the better, and the more attention your profile gets. So, when you do a lot of that, you're going to get a ton of folks that you're following that aren't following you back, and you just clear them out. And there's an automated system that can help do that for you. It just kind of cleans up your feed. And that's what he did between those two times. So he's following people, putting it out there, hey, follow me, follow me, follow me. And when they don't, he unfollows them back. Now, if it's a past client or somebody you have a true connection with, you don't necessarily want to do that. But if it's just some random person that you were following to just try to get a follow back, then get rid of them, because it's going to clog up your feed for the stuff you're really interested in. Next, upload a friendly photo of your face. We are all gorgeous on this call, even if we don't think we are. People want to work with those that they know, like, trust, and remember. So post a current headshot that's professional, but also vibrant, stylish, friendly. And by professional, doesn't need to be a suit and tie. I know one top producing realtor that says, hey man, I never wear a suit. I never get dressed up, because when's the last time you saw somebody in a suit that wasn't trying to take money from you? So he's like, I don't do that. I'm a real person. So, post as someone will see you. So look professional, business casual, however you would go to a listing or buyer's appointment, or even a picture that shows who you are and a little bit about you, but in a professional manner. So posting that primary photo of you is important to explain who you are, and it's going to be one of the first things often that people see. And don't worry about it being perfect. Don't worry about touching it. It needs to be real. And if your headshot that you have now is 15 years old, don't use that, because that's not going to be the person that people see when they meet you in person. So we want a photo of your face, and guess what? People will like your face. Don't get overly self-conscious about it. Next, how are we going to attract the right people to our Instagram account? So attracting people to our Instagram account and keeping them engaged are critically important to all of this being effective. So first off, we're going to create a custom hashtag and use it everywhere we post, on every post we do, and tell other people to use it. Hashtag something that speaks to you, something that tells a little bit about who you are. So you can be, hashtag the real estate queen or the real estate king. We know John Wammeldorf is Mr. Williamsburg. So you can be hashtag Mr. Williamsburg. You can be hashtag Buy with Rita. You can just be hashtag Kevin Onizuk. Create a custom hashtag, maybe even a few of them, that explains who you are and is something that people can see everywhere and remember it, and you use it and encourage other folks to use it as well. Next, give value in hopefully all of your posts, but if not, 99% of your posts. Have it be something educational. And it doesn't even have to be about real estate. It can be like a life hack, like how to reheat pizza in the microwave without getting salt, something of that nature. Like cool stuff that people can learn about. Or make it entertaining. Some folks in real estate and mortgage and pros on their social media, all they do is post stuff to make you laugh. And is that going to be appealing to everybody? No, it's not. But guess what? If you're doing that and you're posting fun memes, even real estate memes, even non-real estate memes, and the key is just to get people engaged and laughing, that's probably your personality, and that's probably going to bring customers and relationships that are a good fit for you. Because let's face it, we're not all a fit for each other. Not everybody is going to be a fit with everybody else. As grown-ups, we've learned that. In high school, maybe we try to like everybody and be liked by everybody, but as grown-ups, we know that, hey, the people that like me are going to like me, and the people that don't like me aren't going to like me. I've done some posts and even some texts of things, and I got some people like, that's, I didn't like that. I used to do a lot of pictures of me and my real estate calculator out and about in the community and do a fun meme with it. I did that for like a year, and some people were like, oh, I can't believe it's so unprofessional. But then there was a ton of others like, oh my gosh, I love those. I love getting those. They're hilarious. And honestly, it got me a lot of business and attention, but it didn't get it from everybody. But you know what? Those people aren't the people I wanted to work with anyway. You work with people that you have a good, positive relationship with. You can also do posts that are inspiring, motivational messages. You can do posts that are informational, posts that are funny, just things that have some benefit and something of value to someone who's going to scroll through. And even better if it catches their attention in some way. Include a call to action, CTA. You need to tell people what you want them to do. So if it's a post where you want someone to do something, call me for listings, call me if you're looking to buy a house, say it and tell them how to do it. Tag people or brands. So if you're doing something where you can tag another person, or if they're in the picture, tag them because then it shows on their feed and broadens your reach. Or tag a brand. If you're having a Coca-Cola in a really cool spot, post it and tag Coca-Cola. Anybody that follows Coca-Cola may see your post. Have a hashtag strategy. We'll talk about that a little bit and a lot of the hashtags that you can and should be using. Geotag your posts. We're going to talk about this a few times as we go through. Geo for geography. Always geotag your posts. Check in where you are. If you post something, gives you an opportunity to add the location, always add that location. If you're a Williamsburg agent, always add Williamsburg, Virginia, if you are in Williamsburg, Virginia and putting something cool up. If you are in the Windsor Forest neighborhood, tag the Windsor Forest neighborhood. If you're visiting Richmond or DC, tag that. It shows that you are interesting, you're traveling. A great example, a chiropractor friend of mine in town, Dan Roth, he and his family are in some really cool cabin right now this week out in the Virginia mountains. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. The first thing I did was go to his geotag and see exactly where they are, and they posted it on there. I was like, wow, that's cool. I want to check out that area. And it made me think of him. So he wasn't advertising chiropractic. He wasn't advertising anything. It's like, hey, my family and I are in such and such an area. And you know what? Off the top of my head, I don't really remember where the area is, but I remember Dan Roth. I remember that he's a chiropractor, and I'm talking to you all about Williamsburg Neck and Back, not to give him a promo, but you know what? He did the right thing. He geotagged his post, so I'm going to give him a shout out. Next, share your post to Facebook and then tag people there. Instagram and Facebook are connected. You can advertise on both of them simultaneously, but you can post to both of them simultaneously. Gives you double coverage. Selectively tweet your posts. If any of you are on Twitter, you can tweet. I think I have a Twitter account. I don't tweet, so I'm not your expert, your subject matter expert on Twitter, but that is absolutely an option to further expand your social media. You can create a username that's easily searchable and matches your Twitter handle. So integrating all of your social media, and then we can always send direct messages. So when you're sending a direct message, you can do anything. It's just like Facebook, or even just like sending a text, like, hey, I was out at your favorite restaurant tonight, and, send them a picture, just a message, or, tried the chicken parm you told me about, whatever it may be. So you can message people through Instagram, just like Facebook, just like sending a text. When I do those things, I probably, if they're in my phone, I'm a little bit more inclined to do a text. It's maybe even a little bit more personal. But if it's not somebody you have in your phone as a contact, you can do it right through Instagram. And one of my mortgage buddies in Texas, he does a lot of direct messaging on social media. It's not him. He has a virtual assistant, works out of the Philippines. and does his social media for him. But they I don't know, maybe once a year, even maybe even 6 months, I'll get just a direct message from him like, hey, just checking in on you. I know things have been crazy. How's it going for you and your family? And I know he's doing it to everybody, just because I've seen behind the curtain, and I know it's not even him, but it definitely makes me think and remind me. So sending direct messages is a great way to connect with people. All right, let's talk about what we want to post. Some of the best post types for real estate agents are, number one, and not necessarily in any importance, that just happens to be the first one we're covering, is showcasing your team vibe. So this includes meetings you have, parties, open houses, dinners, outings, successes you have. So, that's at your local real estate office, or if you have a team, with your local team, things that you're doing together, or even with clients. We'll talk about a little bit more, but posting things that show who you are in a professional manner. We also want to show who we are personally, but it just kind of shows the fun vibe of your team. So post competitive photos to show that you're all about business, and even snap some behind the scene footage of your team photo shoot. So let's say you're all going to get new headshots done. Snap some pictures behind the scenes of, hey, here's our photo shoot. Here's we are getting ready. Here we are, putting on our makeup. Here's Ted LaRose putting on makeup. Never thought I'd see this kind of thing. And a great example of it, I usually watch 13 News Now in the morning, flip back and forth, but that's one I usually do. I follow some of them on Instagram, and they're always posting pictures of themselves from a different angle while they're on TV with the green screen behind them. And it's kind of cool. You kind of get to see what it looks like, not from the camera that you see on TV, but what it looks like behind the scenes. Include short clips, videos of everything above. So those same 13 News Now people, they'll put a pic, but sometimes they'll put the entire thing that they just said on the news from a different angle with just the green screen. They'll video it and post it. And weirdly enough, I watched that, and it's probably, almost more interesting than the produced version. So you're going to, in all of these pictures, you want to brand yourself with something about you that shows up in every picture, and have them find it. So, example is if you're doing some behind the scenes stuff or cool post or whatever, do something, if you want to get really creative and interesting, do something consistent. Like if you love sports, you're obsessed with sports, you're obsessed with baseball, let's say, then you get a little meme maker. They're real easy to do. You can download an app, and every picture you post, stick a baseball bat somewhere in the background, or a small motorcycle, or picture you on the motorcycle. You can even do like a little contest, like, hey, like a Where's Waldo thing. Whenever you see a baseball bat in the background of my picture, give it a shout out, and the first person, I'll send you a Starbucks gift card, something of that nature. And when you're just another thought, when you're collaborating with other realtors, post that. You're working for referrals. In our business, we want relationships, and anything we can do to open the doors to a new possible relationship, a future partnership, all of those things are positive. So it's not just about getting the next transaction, but it can also be about building relationships. And hey, we're a small community. We all know each other in the business. Guess what? You probably know most every other realtor that is in our community that's actively involved as a real estate agent. You're probably going to work with them on the buyers or seller side. And who knows, if you change agencies, you may work with them directly. You may partner with them for something someday. So don't be afraid to collaborate and show yourself with other folks in our business. There is so much business out there. Don't be obsessed with, oh my gosh, so-and-so realtors in the background, I don't want to give them a shout out. There's plenty of business out there, and we all need just a small piece of the pie. So if there's, in our general region, 400 transactions that close in a month in, Hampton Roads. I don't know, I just made that number up. I have no idea what it is. Guess what? I only need, in my business, if I close 10 a month, I'm doing fantastic. So whether there's 200 transactions or 600 transactions in a month, I just need my 10. So it's not about what everybody else is doing. It's about what you're doing. And if you work every day like someone's trying to take your business away from you, you don't have to worry about the competition. You are your only competition. You're the only person who is stopping you from taking the time to do your time blocking every day, to block out that time for calling your past database, for doing your marketing. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Worry about what you're doing, and you can make it a positive with collaboration, with showing other realtors outside the area you're great at collaboration by posting things showing you with other agents. Next, behind the scenes, we'll talk about this a little bit more. All of this makes you a real person and a real estate professional, makes you real to them. So people love seeing real estate sales in action. That's why we have, HGTV. There's so many real estate shows on TV. And guess what? Most of those people just started out fixing up and flipping one home, or as just a normal real estate agent who learned how to harness the power of social media and of video. So show some behind the scenes stuff. Don't wait until the home is perfectly staged to show it. Show the clips, the videos, the pictures of actually staging the home. Here's the cool things that we're doing to this house. Here's some of the challenges and obstacles. This is a great opportunity for when you're having real estate photos done, you have that photographer or videographer out, have them come a little bit early and take pictures of this. That shows people that are going to maybe list a house that, oh my goodness, my house isn't great, but Joe Smith Realtor, oh my goodness, look what he did. That's a great opportunity to really show what you can do. And people love to watch that stuff. We watch it all the time. Show the process of setting up for an open house. Maybe people would be interested in that. Show the handing off of the keys when somebody gets their new home. If HGTV can make millions doing it, so can you. Another cool idea just kind of thought of is have a drone follow you around. So if you're setting up for an open house or working outside to get a house ready for a listing, have a drone follow you around, go Facebook Live. It's all things that help you become a local celebrity, get seen, provide things of interest. And we go into a lot of that in the video marketing class, which is recorded and on the WAR YouTube channel and mine. So revisit that video marketing class for a lot of cool ideas. But anything you can do to provide value, create interest, get it and put it on social media. Behind the scenes of listings, so getting a sneak peek. People are nosy by nature. They love to know things before anyone else does. So just drop maybe a little bit of juicy information, snap some pictures, again, do some drones, staging final touches. If it's new construction, maybe go out, I don't know, once a day or once every few days if it's convenient, snap a picture. Take a picture of the progress from dirt to finished house. I probably wouldn't post that every day. That might get a little bit boring, but you can stack up those pictures of the start to finish progression. And then at the buyer or at the close, put it all together. It's, you can get some cool video marketing or video editing software. You just put the pictures together and it shows the house going up. Give it on a zip drive to the buyer. How cool would that be? But then post that on social media, showing it going from dirt to house at the closing date and then showing them at their closing, getting the keys. What a cool video idea. So if you've got new construction, feel free to steal that idea. Just make sure that if you're noting the client themselves, you get their permission to post it. But if you're just showing the house, you can certainly post that without getting permission. So just the behind the scenes stuff is cool, and that's what we all watch on TV. Next, personal branding. We talked about this, giving people a reason to know, like, trust, and remember you. It humanizes you, shows people how multifaceted and interesting you are. So take a quick few quick photos of your life as it happens. If you have a hobby, take pictures of you doing that. If you go out to dinner, take pictures of that. If you go on adventures, doing stuff with friends, if you're out with people, we don't do that as much right now, but when we're back doing that, take pictures with the friends, get them in there, and tag them on your Instagram post so that you get traction in with them as well. And don't forget to geotag the locations. I can't stress that enough. So show them you're a real person. Most folks are going to follow you on Instagram to see you and the real you, but the locations just boosts and amplifies the effectiveness of that. Talked about a sneak peek of new listings, so we're not going to go into this in a whole lot of detail, but before you put a listing on the market, give some sneak peeks, just some little cool stuff. So like if your new listing is a luxury home, don't show the house, maybe just show a couple pictures that were like, ooh, what's that? Like, if it's got a beautiful like drive, just take a little video of the drive up to the house, or an amazing view in the backyard, a waterfront view. Maybe just snap a picture and put a teaser out of that so people pay attention. If your listing is an equestrian lover's dream, don't say, hey, here's everything. Just like show a snapshot of the jumping arena, or the beautiful water faucets, or whatever aspect that a horse lover is going to pay attention to. And that may not appeal to everybody, but if you put it on there right, you'll get folks that are going to love that house. That house isn't going to appeal to everybody. Not everybody wants to deal with horses. But the right people, it's going to attract their attention and keep them engaged on your Instagram feed, or may even have them reach out to you now saying, hey, it looks like you're going to have a really cool listing coming up. Can I get some information on that? Like, even before it's listed, I want to make sure I don't miss that opportunity. So it's a great way to get some excitement going before your listing even hits. I saw a post, it's on, I think, Lab Coat Agents is a Facebook group that I follow, and someone posted on there a picture of a beat up refrigerator in a home that they were about to list for $1.9 million, and asking for suggestions on, hey, what do you think I should do with this? And most of the responses are from other agents. They're like, duh, you need to replace the refrigerator. You can't list a home for $1.9 million with a beat up refrigerator. So, you're posting something that piques interest, obviously not an old beat up refrigerator, but something cool that's going to get attention. Number 6, again, I know I'm speaking of horses, beating a dead horse here, so to speak, but always, always, always tag the location of your listings. Recent studies of Instagram show that tagging a location can increase your engagement by up to 79%. So, I cannot stress this enough, and it's so easy to do because Instagram isn't just a social media platform. People search, they do it. They'll search by location, they'll search by landmark. If they're thinking about going to Colonial Williamsburg, guess what? They're going to go to Instagram, search Colonial Williamsburg to see what other people have posted, interesting things to see and do. And you can always include hashtags for that. So even if you tag where you've been directly through Instagram, but put hashtag 23188, hashtag Williamsburg, hashtag WJCC schools. If you're in a house that has a great school district and goes to a great high school, hashtag whatever high school that you love. I'm not even going to bring that up because that'll cause even more dispute than political talk. So whatever high school is your favorite, if that's the high school it goes to and you want to highlight that, put that in as a hashtag. So any cool places you've been, any places that they may want to go, it just builds more connections and engagement and builds that relationship, which is what this is all about. Open house video posts, we all know about this. We do it. We see other agents do it. Do a video walkthrough of the home before the open house if you're still doing one. If not, do the whole thing virtually. And you can do inside, you can do outside, you can split up the videos, but just always hashtag the city, state, zip codes, the neighborhood, hashtag Ford's Colony. Guess what? There's going to be a good number of people who follow that. It's a big neighborhood. Put that in a hashtag. Neighborhood video posts. So not just the house, but you can go around the neighborhood. So if you are selling a home in Governor's Land, take a quick tour of Governor's Land. Here's the entrance. Here's some of the amenities. Here's the clubhouse. Here's the water access. Go through and talk about the features of the neighborhood. Talk about the schools that it feeds to. Talk about local parks. Talk about shops. And you can hashtag those, like hashtag Freedom Park, hashtag Peanut Shop, just whatever you talk about in your video, and show off your local knowledge and demonstrate that you are the local expert. It'll look great when you're listing and selling that particular property, but it's going to look great to people who are thinking about listing their property and haven't selected an agent yet, haven't picked you yet, or thinking about buying a property. Hey, I want to live in Windsor Forest. I just moved into Windsor Forest, so I'm going to keep going back to that. And you know what? When I looked up Windsor Forest, this one agent came up. They told me about amenities. They told me about the neighborhood. This is pretty cool. They must really know this neighborhood. I'm probably going to use them. Okay, let's talk about standing out. Because Instagram, the life of an Instagram post is relatively short. On Facebook, it can stay a little bit longer, especially if you get a lot of likes and comments and keep it moving. Your Facebook lifespan can go a bit longer. If you watch our Facebook social media class, it talks about how to do all of that. But on Instagram, it goes pretty quick. So if you're not on top of your feed in Instagram, you're going to miss stuff of folks that you're following. But people are also going to miss you. So one of the most obvious things, it's more important on Instagram than some of the others, is post when people are actually on Instagram. So if it's the middle of the night and you're up at 3 a.m. and can't sleep, that's probably not the best time to put up your new post that you're super excited about. Use stuff that attracts attention. Use bold colors, fonts, filters, photos. Use photos that are going to make people stop and take notice. And if the photo itself doesn't stop and take notice, use some sort of meme creator or something where you can add to your photo where it will pop and it will get noticed. Because when I scroll through Instagram, I go pretty quick. I follow a good number of people and sites and things, so I want to scroll through. And if it's not something exciting that catches my attention, guess what? You're just going to get scrolled past. Use your hashtags, use your geotags, your profile tags we talked about when you set up your business profiles to help other people discover you. We talked about some of the hashtags that you can use. These are just another example, and read us sent around the handout. So, if you forget some of these, feel free to refer back to the handout. And don't forget to tag the businesses, the locations, or the people that are in the post. If you're at the peanut shop and you go in there and are trying some free samples and find something great and something new and want to share it, hashtag the peanut shop, hashtag Williamsburg, hashtag chocolate covered pretzels, whatever it is that you can do to help connect with others. And you may not think, how in the world is that going to build my real estate business? But it will. It makes you that local celebrity. It makes you remembered by folks you've worked with and noticed by people who you haven't worked with yet, but probably want to. I pulled this actually just this morning about some of the best times to post on Instagram each day. I just Googled best time to post on Instagram. So it goes through each day for the best engagement. So say on, we'll take Tuesday, you have from 8 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, it has the little star, is a particularly high level of engagement. But in general, you don't have to memorize all of this. If you're really an Instagram pro and optimizing, you'll know these things. But in general, as it says on the bottom, post to Instagram usually between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Tuesday through Friday. That's when you'll get the most engagement. That's when you get the most people on Instagram and social media in general. And crazy, those are the hours most of us are at work. So it looks like a lot of us are on Instagram and Facebook and on social media while we're at work. So I just thought that was kind of a little interesting correlation. Of course, those of us in real estate, we're not 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 jobs, but the average person would be at work. 30 Twitter hashtags. Every real estate agent should know. And again, this is in your handout. You can screenshot this while we're chatting, but we mentioned first and foremost, create and use your own custom hashtag or even a few custom hashtags that are unique to you, or at least narrow it down. If someone else has used something similar, it's not the end of the world, but something that will be consistent in your posts in Facebook and on Instagram, but add some of these as well. You may ask, okay, how many of these should I add? Should I copy and paste every single one of these every single time? No, that's just going to be overkill. You want to add hashtags that are relevant. They say anywhere from maybe 3 to 10. Any more than 10 is probably too much. It's overkill. So, pick stuff that is relevant, something that, kind of makes sense for whatever it is you're posting. So every time you post a picture, post your custom hashtag, and then if it's something remotely business related, add some of these. If it's something more about where you are, what you're doing, hashtag those things. So let's say you're having a hashtag on a luxury home open house, that picture that you're promoting. Maybe it's hashtag $1 million listing, or maybe you're having an open house and giving away free pizza. Hey, come to my open house. Hashtag Kevin's open house, hashtag pizza, hashtag free pizza, hashtag Williamsburg free pizza. Just be creative in your hashtags. They don't have to be perfect, but these are some of the ones that are going to get you hits because they have people that follow hashtag real estate, hashtag realtor. There's a lot of folks that will just follow those particular hashtags and they'll show up in their feed just because you hashtag that in your picture and your post. So these hashtags will also come in handy in a bit when we look at a system for searching Instagram using hashtags, something like hashtags like that you would use for prospecting, like hashtag FSBO. I want to find people who have listed their house for sale by owner. Hashtag selling my home. Hashtag real estate investor. Hashtag first time buyer. So that's a way that you can be on the offense for Instagram for prospecting and search out people that may be a fit for somebody that you would want to work with. Okay, Instagram doesn't let you edit. Once you post something, you can delete it, but you really just can't edit it. So let's say you post something cool and you're already starting to get some attention. You can't go back and edit it, but you can still add stuff into the comments. So you can post a comment with the hashtag there. It'll still get the same impact. It's just as powerful. So even if you don't want to put 8 hashtags in your initial post, you maybe put 1 or 2 of your personal hashtags. Once you post it, go into the comments and add some of those hashtags. You'll get just the same impact. Use your personal when you comment on others as well. So when you create your personal hashtag and you comment on somebody else's, you can put, hey, that looks awesome. Hashtag KO Mortgage Guy. Just to keep your hashtag top of mind and making sure that it's getting traction. So don't worry about, oh my goodness, I forgot to post that hashtag, but I don't want to take down my post. Just go down in comments. Commenting your hashtags works just as well. All right, we're on the home stretch. Making connections on Instagram. We are in the real estate business, but we are in the people business. We are in the relationship business. That's how we get consistent referrals. That's how we get remembered, and that's how all of us and the most successful realtors truly build their business. So folks that you should be following on Facebook and Instagram is your past clients, your current clients. As soon as I get a new client, anyone interested in anything, the first things we do is find them on social media. And you can search them pretty easily. You can use not only the name, but other things like email addresses, dates of birth, other information you may have on them to find them, follow them, send them likes. So past clients, current clients, potential clients, folks that, I think, I met them. I think they'll be a good potential client one day. But also local business owners, follow them, community influencers, local, folks that are just involved in the community, that man or woman that you see out at all the events, they're leaders in their community groups. Follow them, see what they're doing, and connect with them, and other local residents, just people who live in your neighborhood, people that you can be in your sphere, and folks that could be a potential connector, either a client or can connect you with somebody who wants to buy or sell real estate. Here's some cool examples. These are some folks that are really good and really successful on Instagram. And I'll pull up a couple of them here. This first one, the Sweat Bra, he's just got some really cool pictures. Like I said, stuff doesn't always have to be about real estate. So you can say and clearly these are professional photos, but he's got 7,600 followers. He's following 400 people. And if you look under Sweat Bra right up here, it says Matthew Sweat. He is a photographer. And what else? He's a realtor. So when people go through, he's got a ton of people following him. He's not posting about real estate, but guess what? People are going to remember that he's a realtor, and he has his link, facebook.com, Sweat Brothers Real Estate. Boom. That's a realtor who's crushing Instagram. Here's Realtor Mackenzie. 2499 followers, and she does do things about real estate. So you can see she's got a for lease, she's got a new construction sold. She posts of sold things. She posts coming soon. So she posts some cool, fun things. Hers is a little bit more business related. So there's different ways to handle it. We have here Nicole Mickle, Orlando Realtor. I didn't pick anybody locally because I don't want to pick favorites. But she is a realtor and interior design junkie, and she shows interiors of houses. That's cool. That's fun to look at. Here's Ian Grossman, ATX Real Estate. He's out of Texas. He's more fun. Look at his posts. They're doing fun stuff. A lot of it is doing real estate stuff, but just goofy, crazy, fun things. That's my kind of guy. That's kind of the stuff that I would do. And you can see, let's see, when a buyer asked me for a list of homes under $300,000 close to downtown Austin, and he's got kind of a funny reaction there. And you can borrow ideas from folks like him or just other memes. When you're scrolling through Instagram, you'll see stuff that triggers, oh, that's funny. I bet you I could make that into something that I would do. Here's Tacoma Jones. She's got pictures of houses. She's got 10,000 followers. Let's see. I can't get to the other ones because there we go. This guy is a realtor with 59,000, and he's a luxury homes guy. So he posts pictures of beautiful luxury homes. Kevin here, he has almost 40,000 followers, and he posts fun stuff. See, there's him doing cool stuff. A lot of it's real estate related. You've got some family, you've got a punch buggy, so he works his Instagram consistently and grows his followers. One last one here, they have 127,000 followers. They are client focused, tailored for transactions $10 million or higher, and they show those kind of houses. So you build your brand on real estate. So this person tailoring to $10 million houses or more is going to have a different Facebook page than this guy. This guy is, he loves Goodreads, hoods, like neighborhoods, and coffee. And he's a food lover. So he finds buyers their dream home and helps homeowners sell for more. He's going to have a different audience than the person that specializes in $10 million or more homes. And that's where he focuses his message. So he's building his brand differently, and he's showing him. This is his personality. Instagram automation. So we talked a little bit about a lot of the things that you can do, but guess what? We're all busy, and sometimes Instagram and social media can be complicated. So you can hire someone to do all of your social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Now that's not just signing up for a service for $12 a month that just posts something. You want somebody that really is truly working on a social media marketing plan and getting you attention, getting you hits, getting you connection, and more importantly, getting you referrals, because you can do all kinds of things to get you attention, but if someone doesn't actually call you who wants to buy or sell real estate, that's not necessarily going to be an effective use of your time and effort. But you can do things if you're just looking at automation of Instagram. There's apps, there's services. Here's one of them. I mean, you can just Google it. But Instructor is a cool one. And what they do is they help you get more followers on social media. They do a lot with Instagram because it's in their name. So they can help you get followers, but they also say you're doing posts. You set it up through their system and it will schedule postings for some of those high traffic times. So a Tuesday at 7 p.m. while you're eating dinner, it'll be posting on Instagram for you when you're going to get the most hits. So it's a way, if you come up with some basic things to do to optimize your Instagram effectiveness, and it's really inexpensive. I looked it up, just like a basic subscription was like $12 a month. And then you can add features like for, posting at certain times, etc. Each additional feature was $12 a month or less. And really you wouldn't need many. If you got like 3 or 4 total, you're going to have a pretty darn good system, pretty darn good package with them. So, and with what we get paid per transaction, $50 a month is pretty much, like free money. You get one transaction out of it, it covers it for probably a few years. So when you do these things though, Instagram can get wise that you're using something to try to get, likes and posts. You can set limits. So when you're going through, if it asks you about setting limits, just remember, yeah, I probably want to do that. If you have 30 followers right now and you're doing a campaign to add followers and start adding 300 per day, Instagram's going to get wise. They do analyze that stuff and they're going to shut down your page. So, you need to grow it, but grow it smartly. And this is just one tool that's out there to help you be even more effective. Another tool, later, it's the #1 marketing platform for Instagram. It's another way to visually plan and schedule Instagram posts. And then wrapping up, here's some other apps and things that you can take a look at when you are on your iPhone or Samsung or wherever, whatever your phone is. These are some apps you can download. Boomerang, that's popular. It allows you to take video clips and make forward and backward and do fun stuff. Instagram allows you to do some layout stuff automatically, but then you can download layout from Instagram. It's actually from Instagram where you can do some really cool things with pictures and make collages and whatnot. You can do hyperlapse. You can do all kinds of things that are easy to do on your phone. You don't need a ton of expertise, but it can make your posts seem more interesting. So that is our last slide for today. So just kind of in summary, Instagram is where it's at. Facebook isn't necessarily your only social media platform that's going to get attention. Instagram is actually probably going to get maybe even more attention, But when they work together, that's when you've got a really solid social media marketing program. And it works. It works with keeping in touch with past clients, keeping connected with your database, and it works with new people noticing you, finding you. If you're posting consistently, if you're doing it the right way, it absolutely will help you build your business. You can do it pretty much at no cost if you do it yourself, if you're comfortable with it, and you can do it at very low cost if you get some help. So Rita, that's all I've got for today. Other than saying, if anybody has any questions, I'll stick around and answer questions now. You can always call me or text me. And if you want to start doing some things on Instagram and need help, myself and my assistant, who is a millennial, we're both available to help out.
Thank you, Kevin. Does anybody have any questions?
Great session. Oh my God. I thought I just went to college.
Do you guys
really
use
good.
Instagram?
You put a lot of stuff together here. I mean, this is everything you wanted to know, is afraid to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see Greg has joined us. I just put the people back up. Greg Hatcher. Greg is actually really good on social media for kind of my style as well. Like, I follow him and Greg puts funny stuff up, which that's what I like. You know, stuff that you scroll through like, aha, you know, whether it's real estate related or not. You know, I give Greg a shout out. He's actually really good on social media.
Thanks, Kevin.
But yeah, if anybody has any questions, give me a shout. I'm always here to help out. And as Rita mentioned, we're recording it, so you can always go back and re-review it. And you know, we're always hoping to help you grow your business, because that's how we grow ours.
Kevin, great session, and Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks, Ted. Merry
Yeah,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New
Holidays.
Year. Happy end of year.
All right.